It's almost like clockwork. It's like you see a somewhat fairly handsome, I guess you could say, gentleman in the chair. The intro hits, the camera goes off. It's like ECW, the lights go out, or AEW too, any of those W's. And then, of course, a random person appears. We get a surprise. And this one is definitely a surprise that we have here tonight. Deadpool, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a movie come out last year, I think, it did pretty well. It did better than
For
any
it to be
DC
asked,
movie. It went straight to DVD, so.
Oh, yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? See, look at this. See, look at. I can't hear. Look at. I can't hear.
I can't. I hate this dude, man. Look. We right back at it, though.
I can't hear. My ears. I can't hear. That's the only thing I thought of. Like, my ears, I can't hear. Look. Hello, all, and welcome to the Hill Turn Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Jackson Jr., Devin Lee Crimes. We having too much fun today. We having too much fun. How's you living today? We only been in, what, two and a half minutes?
2.5 minutes, and then, yeah. Like I said, no more shenanigans. I just didn't know what that was for a second. I was like, he got an iguana, too?
Oh, no, just a ginger ale.
Oh, okay. See, man.
Just the ginger ale. Of course, doing this impromptu, no. Yeah, I was like, no posts. Busy, man. Yeah, exactly. No medicine. So I had no choice but to pull out the ginger ale. That was my uncle's remedy towards everything. Was pulling out the ginger ale as one should. Huge shout out to Alex, Alberto, G, Jasper, Troy, Barry. We were just talking about that. I appreciate you, Alex, Alberto, G. We were just talking about that. Devin was like,
side swipe somebody in the parking lot, throw them through some real glass, throw them through the turnbuckle, all this other monstrous stuff you can do, and you still lose, man.
Yeah, still lose. He could barely kick out. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. The referee was trying to help him too. Like, all right, hold on.
Right, I was like, we got our first botch. He was like, bro, first off, we kind of knew you weren't even. Like, I never even seen any film of. I ain't watching LFG. LFG can GTFO. I don't care.
I mean, if they gonna be bringing you up on like this,
right? But that's the thing. Like, we know these people ain't right. They ain't ready. Like, this ain't. These are NIL talent. This is NIL talent coming through that we are seeing put on the forefront. Some of them should be on Evolve. Like, that's what should have happened. He should have went straight to Evolve. Putting them straight on NXT, I think is too big, too quick of a jump. Too far of a leap for somebody right out of the gate. I think Evolve is a great way to start. Sean Legacy, was doing amazing in Evolve, and now we can't get rid of him. It's like he's all over the place. And just going into him, he lost to Ethan Page, but hey, he still looks impressive. He still looks good.
Oh yeah,
Jasper Troy, man, he ain't trip over himself. He's not like Shockmaster. It's not nothing like that. But man, brother, he didn't really.
I feel like if his whole whatever this was, if I had to say if it was like a hot dog, pause. It was just too much mustard. Like, it was just way, like, just to start off the show, you gotta ambush him and have a fight out there. You throwing him on the windshield, and all the stuff with like the barricade breaking and everything. Like, after like already, the chaos y'all did at the start of the show, just too much mustard. To get to.
Could have did that healthy. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you could have just had a regular match and nobody would have looked at it no different.
Oh, great. We also have a great question here. Like, and this coming from Alex Alberto G. Like, the point of that match was worthless. Where is Dark State? Yeah, honestly, where is Dark State?
That's true.
Where is Dark
Look,
State?
at first I thought he was one of those people, but I forgot he won that, the LFG tournament thing. And is that how they got the shot? The title shot? Because that's kind of how you skip Evolve. Why you ain't get a shot at that championship?
And his excuse kind of stupid. It was just I attacked him because I know that Obafemi gonna be ready. Because the lady asked him, like, you have a title match. Why would you put this man through all that, knowing that you could possibly not have this title match? And he go, because I know he can show up and he gonna be ready. I'm counting on you, Oba, to be ready. I'm counting on you to beat me up. Like what?
Yeah,
What? Like, what are you talking about?
that's LFG. That's just inexperience right there. Because
I
I don't know how you would think
heard,
that through. Like if I'm gonna try to fight this man for his championship, why would I sit up here and try to disqualify myself out of the championship match possibly? He not even cleared. Or even if I beat him, nah, it's tainted. Because I beat him up beforehand.
yeah. I mean, we beat people up all the time. We hurt people on like
Yeah.
behind the scenes all the time. Like we're making it seem like we don't. You know, ask Naomi. Naomi walking around. Ask Shade. Yeah. Y'all walk around me, y'all come around me, and y'all near some flight of steps. Ask Jade what happens
Proceed
when
with
y'all near a
caution.
flight of steps. Proceed with caution, because I got the tape on my guard, on my hutch gear, and I ain't afraid to pull it out on y'all. It's gonna be a massacre. You know, it's just like we over here speaking for Naomi, but it's like this. But that's honestly, yeah. This is one of those things where this is getting out of hand. Jasper Troy, brother, you got a generic name. You look like the Lock, as we talked about before. You know, he's just a Lock, man. He got his promos are pretty much WWE 2K like. So it is what it is.
It's funny you say that because the whole everything from the beginning in the parking lot, it did feel like a My Rise like cutscene or something. Like something you just would only see like 2K would have put together because it's like really, all right. You know, I can see that being a little cutscene. He Irish whip him into the rope and the little turnbuckle fall down.
Me forgetting to kick out. You know, it's just like
You forgot to kick out and stuff. You almost failed your objective and everything. So that's LFG right on display.
the LFG. No, like I said, man, LFG
Undertaker warned you.
Undertaker definitely warned you. He warned all of us. And now look what we got. It's all Undertaker's fault. When has it ever been? When has Undertaker been in the right? He's never been in the right, man. Can I be honest? Outside of the Ethan Page match, this NXT sucked to me. Like I was not a fan. Like this NXT dragged. But that was just my thoughts and opinions before we just go into like a smaller deep dive. We're not gonna go through the depths of it. But were you a fan of this NXT, man? Because I was struggling. I was struggling to get through this today.
You know,
it felt like a Wednesday.
Dang, that's okay. All right, you know.
He said you took this too far. You took it too far.
Hold on. I was like, hang on now, hang on. No, legit, hang on. Okay, that was driving me crazy. That little blur I had. I was trying to be a little aesthetic here, but it just didn't work out. But no, I was at the start enjoying this NXT, but I ain't gonna lie, like after the match with JC Jane and crap, it was that new girl. The one that slapped her like 2 times on some gangster stuff. She's from Evolve. But after their match, like they had that tag match with Tony D'Angelo, and after that, it just felt like, dang, like when the main event gonna happen? Because it just everything after that just sucked the energy away. So and then to have that My Rise main event match, I was already expecting like that guy not to win because no. But at the point, like I said, too much mustard that you had to do all that stuff at the beginning. You could have just went out there and said what you was gonna do to him and get pulled back or something.
Yeah.
So, like I said again, this NXT was a hot dog with just a little too much mustard on it.
Nah, that wasn't too much. It wasn't. It was not. I don't think it was enough. I don't think they had any mustard. It was just a bland hot dog. I just think it was just. I think it was no condiments. I think they gave me a bland hot dog, and I'm like, "Where's my ketchup?" They told me to go F myself. I feel like that's what they do. That's what it was. I felt like I got a hot dog in New York. That's what it felt like. I'm sorry, Justin. I'm even my East Coast brethren.
See, I was gonna say a Chicago style, but a little pepper on them.
With some pepper on it. Yeah.
I was gonna mention that.
Well, Blake that's Monroe. One thing I did like about NXT. Blake Monroe is not a bad name though.
Blake Monroe.
Look, that's the thing. I went as soon as I saw her. First off, huge shout out. Look, he ain't here yet, But I got to give some love to Circle of Debate, of course. Huge shout out to Justin. Justin was online. I was driving, so I couldn't text in. Justin was talking about Blake Monroe. He didn't mind the name at all. He didn't mind the name at all.
I didn't text and drive.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't text and drive. I'm a good noodle, man. I go SpongeBob. I got all my stars, man. I got all my stars. You gonna catch me banging my head to try to take my noodle away? Take my star away.
Taking my noodle, man.
But I went on Twitter. The first thing I saw was just people, people were really up in arms, like Blake Monroe. I can't believe that that's not Mariah May. It's Blake Monroe. Look at the cheese off their fingers. It's Blake Monroe. I can't believe this. That's my impression of like angry.
That's pretty much it. That's exactly what it is. That's why I don't even
like getting the cheese it stains off of their fingertips. But like honestly, in real talk though, Blake Monroe isn't bad at all. As soon as I saw that intro come up with the bubbles, I already knew. I already knew it was info. I already knew. But
that's I agree. It's like if they, just keep the same. If that presentation is consistent, what they just gave, I mean, the name really don't matter. It's not like they called a garbage can. I
was low key looking at a huge shout out to Alex Alberto G. Low key, she has nice feet. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. This is actually Tony Atlas that wrote this in. My bad.
You got Tony Atlas in this thing, man.
Yeah, we got Tony Atlas here. My bad. I forgot to. I think I got the name wrong here. I'm just too far away from the camera here. Look, even Devin had to refocus. He was like, "Wait, is that Tony Atlas?"
Let me check this out, man. Let me check you out.
Let me check you out. That's crazy. But even then, Blake Monroe is not a bad name. Like I seen some people freak out about it. Wow, can't believe like that's just so stupid. It just doesn't make any relax yourself. Just relax yourself. Blake, the only thing that I had a problem with was just like coming out of the gate. And huge shout out Alex Alberto G. It's one of those things where I really didn't want her to go the cinematic route. I didn't want to see a opening like one of those NXT, how NXT was back in the day where it was just segments. You had Tiffany Stratton, in a barnyard, those things of that nature. Or you talked about it, Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton going back. You know about the NXT segments. I just felt like I didn't want to see Mariah May NXT or narrator, just an NXT segment type of deal. But that was just my first impression when I saw it. But I don't think they will go that route. I was just like, uh-oh.
I mean, she could. She ain't got. I mean, granted, I don't think she gonna. When I look at, how long Stephanie was in there and Julia, I don't picture her being there that long. But who knows? Because I don't see that being an issue because it develops character. That's how we got Tiffany Stratton to be Tiffany Stratton, because she came in. I forgot, it was somewhat like her dad's debit card got stolen or something, and she had to beat up Wendy Chu for it. So as you can see, we come a long way. But it was bits and pieces that they kept that has structured and made her character what it is now. So that's how I feel with, I'm about to call her Mariah May. Blake Monroe will evolve. As she is going to be in NXT, and by the time she hit the main roster, everything will be set. Pretty excited.
Monroe, she would already be established. As soon as she gets that phone call. And talk about somebody. This is just me. My thoughts.
It's just me. Who?
She is somebody that I like. Honestly, I do think she would be somebody that'll be like she would maximize the Money in the Bank briefcase to the best of its ability. Like I feel like she will give you that CM Punk role. That hell, I thought Damian Priest did great. With him having the Money in the Bank briefcase, holding it till Mania, running out there, cashing out Drew McIntyre at the perfect time when he was bored at work. So it's just like I just thought that was so perfect. And I think Mariah May, she would hold that brief. Not saying Naomi's gonna do a terrible job. I think Naomi's gonna do a great job. But Mariah May definitely could do I think she could do a whole lot better just because of her gimmick and alone. Oh, sorry. I think Blake Monroe could do so much better. Just
it's gonna take me a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt after a while. But look, I do love.
Like I never get upset with the. I mean, granted, there is footage of me, shaking my head at Gunther coming from Walter. But I know better now, because I mean, look how that turned out. Ain't nobody even thinking about the whole thing of him being Walter at first. It don't matter, as long as the work is good.
And
I
it
sound
don't
like I'm a
matter.
teacher. As long as the work is good, I don't care who name on the paper.
He said, and it don't matter. Look, we were just talking about this, man. The boss, Justin. What's good, fellas?
Say his name, man. He up here.
We were just giving some love to Circle of Debate. We said we were just watching you guys when we were driving home from work. Well, I was driving home from work. I don't know what Devin was doing at the time. I ain't going.
If he said he was texting and driving, we already got what he said he was doing.
Well, I couldn't text and drive. Hey, what's good, Justin? It's just like
just know if you see him pop through, he was probably driving.
I was going through Devin's crusty roads with all the construction and BS. That's all.
But it's funny. City. It's just funny though. As soon as this man came back out here, that's when it got all jacked up like that. Like I was free traveling. It's like he brought the construction with him.
Devin City construction bled into my place of living. That's why I'm like, man, this is some bull jive. Oh, this is all Devin fault. Devin planned this. And then last week when I was coming home, it was on fire. So I was like, what's going on? Devin was setting grass on fire.
I told you I'm gonna get that. That's the closest thing. I'm gonna get that pencil mask. I'm gonna be outside your house.
I'll be outside your house. Boom with
my headlights flashing and everything.
With the sprinklers.
My JBL speaker.
You can have your niece with the sprinklers.
With the sparklers. I'm gonna be like, go now, hurry up. So
hurry up. Hey, you gotta like more, hurry up. It's going out, please. But it's like Justin, we were just talking about how we logged on to the Circle of Debate, and we were seeing you talk about Blake Monroe. Oh, and even then, really like the name Blake Monroe. Like, see, we were just talking about that. He says keeping the Monroe from the Marilyn Monroe character, and from working with Toni Storm, and Blake is a tribute to her niece. Look at that. We got some insight. From it. Jay Hendry says Blake Monroe name is not original at all, on some Marilyn Monroe type. Shh. Look, bro, I think it's still nice though. I like it. Blake Monroe. I think it's still new. We have something that is coming out of the gate. It's definitely far away from Mariah May. So look, I like it. I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
As long as it ain't something like, totally glamorous, but it's like totally like TOADLY. I'm just spitballing a terrible idea, but as you can see,
I was like, I think I just heard TKO trying to employ you to try to name some of these wrestlers right now. That's what
totally,
like.
Man. That's just imagine. Like he go against Mr. Iguana, totally. But he got like a soul.
Stephanopoulos. Devin's like that's my name. That's my name. I gave him that name.
Oh yeah, I got multiple. Like, hey, just like she Mariah May, hop over you, Blake Monroe. You got Barry Allen, you got Jay Garrett. Guess what? They both the Flash. And throw Wally West in there. I had
you lost me when you said Wally West. You lost me. Now we got to go back to NXT because you just ruined it. It's like now we just got to go back to NXT. You ruined it, man. Look. And I'm talking about Wally CW Wally. Now I'm not talking about.
Okay. No, you okay? Come on, you continue.
Yeah,
no disrespect. To you. Yeah, because you're right. Because I'll never forget that one episode. I'm sorry when he was like, "I'm looking for the Flash. I'm right here. You're not the Flash." He
said, "Who is you? You just some bum. You a cosplayer, man." He said, "You be cosplaying." Speaking of, Devin. I already talked about not liking this. Devin, Justin, we didn't get your final thoughts because we went straight live when we came home. Did you like NXT? Oh, NXT was rough, man. Anybody like NXT? We got some love here. We got a solid amount of people here. Was NXT watchable today? I was struggling a little bit.
I wouldn't totally crap on it. It just came off of the Worlds Collide, with AAA. We still got Mr. Iguana was in the audience. Hey,
you sound like a Shawn Michaels sympathizer.
Don't do it. Oh, don't do it.
He said, don't do it. He said,
no. I thought you was going to call me Dave Meltzer. I was like, come on, I ain't trying to be Dave Meltzer. Because Dave Meltzer's show would have been like, well, they just came up for Worlds Collide, so they have to regroup and get structured for the evolution. Which this is true. I'm like, if he did say it, this is like legit. That's how, in my opinion, why it felt kind of, cooled off.
I mean, yeah,
They ready
honestly,
for
Jay Hendry, I
they
took a small nap.
ready.
Look, man, I'm telling you, it was
I took a
rough.
small nap. Hey,
It
sometimes
was
you got to get
8:40.
them
I was
Z's.
like, it was 8:40. I'm over here just trying to crawl to the desk. Like, man, I gotta talk about this. I was like, this what we gotta get ourselves into.
See, I came in here ready, energetic, you know. But ain't nothing wrong with catching them REMs though, real quick. So
You ain't coming here energetic because you ain't even watched the last Legend match. No, I'm just playing. I was like, yeah, I know you watched the last Legend match because I know you are a fan of the one Last Legend, and I just wasn't a fan of this match. I just wasn't a fan of this match. But before you answer that question, another question popped up. I mean, it's not really a question, but I got to get your thoughts on it. Alex Alberto G. Ava is improving her speech. I disagree. I'm sorry. I disagree.
well. Hey, look, I just be looking at it like it's only a matter of time. She gonna just be like, all right, I ain't the general manager no more. I'm finna smack one of y'all. You know, like it's just not like pause. But I just can see like easily she could take like most of that roster, like and still be general manager. You know, look at like Nick Aldis. Like I'm pretty sure he could just put somebody in the headlock real quick.
Yeah,
Adam
do
Pierce.
that in
She joining
NXT.
caliber of GMs that I feel like could definitely go at you if you talking crazy. They just ain't allowed them to do that. You know, instead of having Pat McAfee in there with Gunther, should have had Nick Aldis. I hate to go off on that tangent, but we was talking about Ava, and I'm just talking about like she in that caliber now of like general
What
managers. A
caliber?
year ago. Come on, what you mean? What you
Caliber of what?
I think about it. Like a couple years ago, we had to just sit up here with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, and they weren't even general managers; they were just officials. Now
You're
now
right.
we
You're
got
right.
true. We came back to the roots. We got true, actual general managers that actually have some type of authority. They try to have contract signings. How many contract signings you see? Okay, I'll take that back. It do be some that
No,
go crazy
you
in
on a
NXT.
roll. You cooking?
But I'm just saying, like, but I feel like Ava came a long way. You got to think she was stuck in that thing with Joe Hendry group way back. What was it was I don't forgot now. That's probably a good thing with the grizzled young veterans. Before they went to AEW, she was with that group. So I'm like, she came a long way from tag teaming with them
Oh
all the
yeah,
way
with
up
the
to
mask.
I
That
cannot
wasn't
think
like
of it was
sanity or
schism or
nothing. That wasn't
schism or some
schism. That's
weird
what it
name.
was. Schism.
It just don't
Skid
even
mark. That's
sound
what it
like
was.
it just don't even sound like I should be saying that. But yeah, I second on that. I don't know about you, but I think she done well in this role. It
She
felt
did it
it
like
felt out of place at first, but
I don't think she a
yeah.
bad general manager. It's just she talked like she got somewhere to go. What are you doing? I can't believe you're doing this. All right, fine.
She
You
running the
guys have a match
show.
against each other, and we gotta go. Like it's just like, lady, like first, it just sounds like everything is so rushed. It just sounds like your father talks slow. Your father has jokes for days. Your father is cracking up. He's giving us something. Hey, everything is just. I feel like she just can't do it by herself. She doesn't have the rock. She's not her father, which I think is hard to ask of her still.
Can I hit you with a U? Can I hit you with a U? Because you always hit me with this one. I call Bianca Belair a John Cena. Don't you dare call her John Cena. She is
Don't you?
Bianca Belair. She is her own person. And here you are yet. Ava, she okay, but she's just not the rock. And even worse, she's just not her dad. I'm sorry. Of course not. Like I'm not
Is she
expecting
not?
her to come out there at all, And I was gonna say the bottom line. If you smell what Ava was cooking, like I know because people would crap on that.
Shoot,
No,
I'm not, and that's the thing. I'm not crapping on her now. I don't think she's horrible. But man, Jesus Christ, there's some days I'm just like, this whole episode would have been fine without you on it. It wouldn't have made a difference at all.
hey,
I'm cool hearing it's official every week. It's official. Hell yeah, it's official. Tell me again. Pause. It's just like, tell me again. It's official. But slowly. It's just like, let's do something. Jay Hendry, not sure why the women's title was placed on the current champ. That's a great question we're going to get into in a minute. Alex Alberto. Ava is the final boss. Rock said it himself. She has the juice. Jay Hendry says Ava should be taking the ring gear back to the locker room for talents. Look, I mean, now, Jay Hendry, I don't think you're far off. But I still want to see her on TV. I do think she has talent. I do think she is entertaining. But just at this moment, I I don't know. I'm just not there yet.
Oh, I mean, if your cup ain't all the way full yet, I mean that's on you. You know, mine ain't either, but it ain't about to be halfway empty. You know, she been doing
It,
it this long. I mean, I just feel like if she was that terrible, they could have just did like they used to do. It just be like, oh, you know, some dude back there said it was good to go. They used to act like it was just nobody back there. They come out a door and just be like, yeah, it's official. Like, how you know it ain't nobody even in that room?
it ain't even nobody in that room. Honestly, I mean, it's definitely and right now, I'm just hoping that at this point in time, this just turns out to be a little bit better because man, NXT is losing talent like it's nothing, and that's in a good way. You know, they get called up, so it's not like oh, where they're losing talent. Like, and some of them are getting released to
Hey,
go off and do better things. So it's not like you know, oh well, NXT is just they're falling one by one at the wayside. You know, it's a crisis. You know, it's just like no, it's just one of those things where people are going on to bigger and better, and NXT is just losing a lot of talent.
well, I mean, that's the thing. That's crazy because, like, think about it's like the influx going in and out. Yet you got all these people that's getting caught up, and that's great. But when you watching it, it's like, man, you got people from Evolve showing up. You got people from LFG showing up. You even got people from TNA showing up. You even got people from Triple H just chilling. It's like, dang,
Oh,
everybody just
yep.
does. Like the main roster can show up if anytime they want to. You got when I think about it, I'm like, you know, it's just that's the devil way open over there. That's the forbidden door.
That's the actual forbidden door,
That's the
and that's a
forbidden
fact.
door.
It's a huge forbidden door. And NXT, I mean, that you are right because you know you do have TNA, you do have LFG, who the talent will, you know, there is a whole lot of talent there that's going to be a whole lot better once we see them out in the forefront. Evolve, you know, is a whole lot of fun to watch. I love me some Callie Armstrong. You know, Devin said I like women. Devin said I hate women with muscle, and so I'm on a mission to prove to him that that's not the case. And so Callie Armstrong has definitely been, but nah, I'm sorry, Blake Monroe definitely has my heart. Look, Blake Monroe is, oh my goodness. She is, I was like, say her name. Say her
Yeah,
name. You ever see Ember?
say it.
Ember or Danny Phantom? Say my name. Like, man, I'm telling you. This, oh my goodness, I love me so. I didn't really care about Tony D'Angelo. Look, I love you, brother. Like you said, you had a great tangent about Tony D'Angelo that I gotta cut and post on YouTube. Tony D'Angelo needs to just get up out of here, man.
I'm
It's
telling you, it's
about
just,
time to
what's the
just get up out of
point,
there.
dude? I mean, it's like the just decades. It feel like going by him. Like I just look at Carmelo Hayes, for instance. Look at Braun Breaker. Look at LA Knight and all these people. DIY even all the people was in that same War Games match that he was in with Grayson Waller. I think was in there. I could be wrong, but it's just that crop of people. They've done multiple things. Braun Breaker done wrestled at WrestleMania.
Facts.
Royal Rumbles. Tony D'Angelo ain't even touched the Royal Rumble yet. He could have just rolled in there and did whatever. He might have been in one. I could be wrong, but
I
it must
think
not
he
have been that
was, but I
memorable.
could be wrong.
Okay, but still, like it could be easily shuffled onto SmackDown. It's 3 hours. You already got a whole bunch of other stables and things like that. He easily could be somebody's hitman or he paid other hitmen and you found out at the end and you got to beat him up. I don't know something, but he can't be stuck doing the same. I know he got to be tired of pulling up to the performance center all this time.
I know, right? So you can see
Like
the same.
I gotta go all the way to work, and he gotta go right across the street every day
Hey,
or every Tuesday.
but that's the thing, though. We said the same thing about JC Jane. Look at what she's doing in a matter of a week and a half. Like
You
in a
right.
matter of like 2 weeks.
I
Look
mean,
at
maybe
what
it take you
happened.
to say it because you was all, well, you ain't saying that about Jesse Jane. So it must be your voice that they listening to you. You brought our
You know,
truth back. Ron Killings, I
I
should
brought
say.
our truth back. Yeah, exactly. I brought our truth back. I was like, I sent Paul Levesque this strongly worded message. I ain't gonna show y'all because it's on my other phone. But you
You're
know, it's like
fine.
I sent Triple H this strongly worded message. Paul Levesque,
How dare
what the
you?
hell are you
How dare
doing?
you?
I was
How
like,
dare
this.
you take a truth away from me?
I was like, first, you don't put over Booker T. You push Bobby Lashley out of WWE, and this is how you do our truth. And this is like, he was like, listen, you don't understand. I was
You
like,
didn't
no, I
put the Street
understand.
Profits on WrestleMania. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you didn't put the Street Profits on WrestleMania. Damn it, Hunter. He was like, look, you're right. Maybe I should. Like, maybe you're right.
Consideration.
Take this under consideration. But nah, and I was like, yeah, and put us on TV. You see where we at now? I was like, see, it didn't work. It was like, you see. I was like, you see, one of those things didn't happen right now. But we should have been out there. Paul, shout out to Jay Hendry. Paul did Booker real bad. Look, man, I'm telling you, one of these days.
That whole WrestleMania stink because of that, man. I mean, granted, I always loved The Rock and Stone Cold from 19. I watched that match in a parking lot any day.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's weird. Watching the parking lot.
I mean, but I have. I was waiting on somebody.
It's like what's what?
I was bored. That's what I'm saying. That's how good of a match it was.
I was bored in a parking lot.
I was like, yo, I'm about to load up this WrestleMania 19, and I'm finna watch this. Forget y'all like finna make me. Y'all ain't like I was watching something else in the parking lot. I'm watching WrestleMania 19.
That's crazy.
Imagine getting mad at me and I'm just watching WrestleMania 19.
Jay Hendry, 19 is so underrated. Would you watch it in your parking lot, Jay Hendry? Are you gonna watch it in the parking lot?
That's the test.
But why? Why parking lot? What happened?
To make the time go by.
But the time you like?
By.
But like, were you with your mom or like what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm about to say because if I'm with my mom,
but that should tell you the testament of how long I was in that parking lot. If I can sit up there and watch Stone Cold and The Rock. I was thoroughly entertained. That was about my 5th time watching it. You know what's gonna happen.
See, that's the thing.
When I was younger, I used to do the clotheslines with them and stuff. I duck down. I throw the pillow over my head.
I don't want to hear this dude, man. This dude embarrassed us. This dude embarrassed us at my graduation party. My high school graduation party.
Oh, that was different though. That was different. No.
Can we please tell this story?
No, wait. Yeah, you can. But see, hold on. Before you say that, that's exactly like Lil Morgan telling Nikki Bella, like, "Oh, you lucky I wasn't around in your time." She meant like right now, not back, at that time. But yeah, go ahead and tell us this embarrassing wrestling story.
This embarrassing wrestling story. Look, no, sir, he hasn't watched in the parking lot. Not yet. It's gonna happen though. Now that one day he gonna be in the parking lot. Devin gonna come in line. For some weird reason.
Sit there and be like, man, WrestleMania 19 calling my name.
WrestleMania 19 calling my name. Me specifically is calling my name.
Me specifically, I'm telling you. Everybody got their moment in the sun. In the parking lot.
I can't believe this. In the parking lot. Speaking of parking lots, I had a graduation party. I graduated high school. I was going off to college. I was going to graduate high school, going off to college. And me and Devin are surrounded by our loved ones. And we start talking about wrestling, and we're like, yeah, we can do some wrestling moves, of course. So we literally, there's people around us. They're not like in ring form, but we're just, surrounded by our loved ones. We lock up. I believe you put me in a headlock. And so I shoot you off. And so you had to jump over me. And then I had to leapfrog over you. You guys know the move. We know this. As I jump, I don't know why, but Devin is the deodorant bottle. As he's going, I jump and he just stops. It's like the rebound from the rope just allowed him to stop in the middle of the ring. So as I jump, I just collapse on top of him in a heap. And my family is like, man, we want our money back, man. Y'all some bums. Like they told us to get out of there. I got kicked out of my own graduation party. Because I was like, I took it too far. But everything else is true.
Real. Look, see, that the moral of this story is we ain't know what we was doing. This is specifically why they say, please do not try this at home or graduation parties. But look, fast forward to I don't know how many years. Look at us now. Look at the knowledge I done gained over the years, of the roads I done traveled, the dungeons I done been in. It may not be the heart, but it was one of them. I'll just look at me now. We try to leapfrog now. My head might go through the ceiling. I can't do that stuff now.
He said, I'm a leapfrog. They might act like I'm getting an oop lob to me. Somebody might throw me a basketball.
They gonna be like Montez Ford. Javon Evans.
is that MJ? Is that
Yeah, they
it's
gonna
a
believe.
bird?
They gonna
It's
believe.
a plane.
I ain't gonna use that song, but they gonna they gonna believe in something, you know. So yeah, that day was a catastrophe, but we learned. You know, we still safe. You know, some people, you know, they make mistakes in the ring, and that happens. You know, what makes sense is that you come back better, and you know, with more respect and knowledge for the ring and what you're supposed to be doing. And obviously, I didn't have that day. You know, I had too many hamburgers. You know, it was burger after burger that day. So
Yeah, I was like, nah.
we don't do that no more.
I see Devin turn people inside out with lariats, man. I was like,
See
he got them JBL clotheslines, man.
oh, see, I can never. I ain't putting. Nah, that was.
It's Jay Hendry. Yeah, it was a graduation party, not a GED party. It was
Yo,
100%. I promise you, a
yo.
graduation party. But they made it seem like it was, man. They made it seem like it. They were telling me put the fries in the bag. You know, before they was
Put the
telling people that.
fries in the bag, man. Just...
Like before I could even get up, I was trying to reach out for my hand. I was trying to reach out for somebody to like pick me up. They had me a McDonald's application. I was like, brother, please. I was like, don't do this. I just need help up. I was just like, please. You know, but man, it was fun. Graduation party was fun until Devin embarrassed me in front of my family. You know, I was like, until Devin embarrassed me in front of the peoples. Huge shout out to Just.
I'm glad he came. I'm glad. See, exactly me getting blamed, you know, for botching.
For botching, it was my fault. It's all of our fault. We gotta try this. We just gotta run it back. That's all it is. We gotta run this back. What's good, my people? Says Just. Huge love to Just. I tried to beat Justin on the text line earlier. Justin beat me right to it. As soon as I seen Justin, what's good, fellas? I was like, well, you know, screw it then. I was screw it. It is what it is. I ain't gonna fight you. I ain't gonna fight it. Huge shout out to Jay Hendry. No disrespect to anybody with a GED. Man, we love anybody that gets their education right, man. Anybody, I don't care what.
Exactly.
They talked about, I was supposed to go to Louisiana. They was talking about how my grandfather had like a 6th grade education, but yet, you know, I mean, that steel mill. You know, it's just like, hey, that steel mill though. You know, that's where guys went. That's where guys, at least at that point in time, was going for work when they was getting paid. And so, man, at this point in time, and people are successful. You know, so it definitely don't matter about the education.
Don't nothing still beat hard work.
Floyd Mayweather, man. Floyd Mayweather can't read. You know, and I'm not even saying that to be a jerk. Like, it's serious.
I mean, he's still successful.
Yeah, he a billionaire. Charlemagne the God.
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair. Look at Charlotte Flair. Look at Charlotte Flair. This demon. this scoundrel. Jay Hendry, sorry, I was saying at least it was a graduation, but no, we're clowning. We're just clowning. I was like, we're just talking too much. We're just clowning, honestly. No, but like it's just one of those things where it's like, man, like we still, because my brother just got his associates, and man, me and him were talking about, man, we ain't finishing high school. Look at us, like, we finna go to the steel mill. Look at this, what it is. Steel mill is lit. It's litty out there at the steel mill. Nah, but honestly, you know, it's just like honestly now, look at this. Just furthering educations. All of us are. All of us doing great. Back in the working at the steel mill, Def secured life financially back then. I'm telling you. I was like, the steel mill fed family. Get yourself from around here. Get your nose. Like, that steel mill fed families. And then that's why Gary, Indiana's the way it is now. Close that steel mill, and that's just how it is. Like, it's legit. Like, I mean, am I wrong? Like, am I like, was it?
You were only when you ran Gary and Indiana all together. I don't know what that was. What fusion that was? Gary and that sounds like some new name.
Oh yeah, Gary and
that's like somebody I don't want to mess with. Like, it's just
he gonna come back. He on LFG right now. He getting it right. He getting himself together. There is one person I do know, because honestly, Devin, I'm done talking about NXT. NXT could go somewhere. It pissed me off. I'm sick of it. You have any final thoughts on NXT before we get to?
I just want to say that I feel like you being just a little tad bit harsh, just a tad bit, just a little bit. Like if you open your eyes just like that much, you know, because I mean, like I said, they trying to lead up into this evolution, and you know that's when it's gonna really be popping by that point. You know, they just came from Worlds Collide. You know, get them a minute. You know, you just said it yourself the other day. You was like, man, I love Mr. Iguana, man. Bring him back, and that's what they did. And you complaining. You see what I'm saying? Fickle.
You complaining?
But no, like I said, I feel like they'll pick it up though, leading up into that weekend, or you know, with the Great American Bash and things. You know, the Dusty Rose Classic could be popping up.
Honestly,
So
the Dusty, yeah, we do got the Dusty. We still got a whole lot of tournaments that, and I do like the WWE tournaments. You know, at least because
after this man sat up here, put NXT in his front yard, and just popped the squad over it, man.
Calvin made a career at McDonald's. You right? Calvin made a career at McDonald's. Alex Alberto G, who takes the belt off Obafemi if you had to pick one? Huh?
Javon Evans. I don't know how you gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't know how you gonna do it. That's what I don't know how
Hey, he knocked
it.
Hey, he the one said he knocked him down. You know, I can see another weird triple threat match. You always get somebody out with a triple threat match. I'm like, you ain't got to pin that guy to win it, but that's still it's a cop out. But that's one of my picks so far. Because it definitely ain't gonna be Tony D'Angelo because he would have did it a long time. I don't know, he beat him though before. Let me wash my mouth.
Tony D'Angelo did, yep.
Oh, let me shut up. You know what? Okay, Tony D'Angelo. I'm gonna add him to that list. I don't know how you gonna build the momentum, but we got Javon Evans and Tony D'Angelo for me. I don't really have nobody else. Maybe I don't know. Maybe another LFG guy.
Maybe another LFG guy. Just throw an LFG guy on the list.
They look kind of dangerous. Not effective, but dangerous. That's like I'm in.
I love, but I like what Ethan Page is doing right now. Ethan Page is doing great work. I love Ricky Saints. I would like to see Ricky Saints get pushed further, but for him to beat Obafemi, that's gonna take a lot of willpower. A lot of willpower. So honestly, I have zero faith in Ricky Saints, but if it's gonna be somebody that's gonna do it, I would put it in his hands. The ball's in his court. Shoot it, Ricky. Oh, not shoot it, Ricky. That can go one of two ways. Shoot it, Ricky. Then you see the other movie, Ricky.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Jay Hendry, question. I wonder is Booker T allowed at Wendy's? Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's crazy. Because I see why you said it. That he ain't getting that 444.
He ain't getting that 444. And then you heard him, JCJ just ran Stephanie McCare right out of NXT, man. I was like, what? JC Jane ran Stephanie McCare out of NXT.
I mean, look. I mean, look. If we talking visual facts. I mean, have you seen her
visual facts?
Visual facts. She ain't set foot back in that performance center since she lost. She was embarrassed. She had to go and run with the big dogs. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that it's not really a lie. It's outrageous, but it's not a lie.
It's not. I mean,
we ain't seen it again. She's scared. JC James stopped to beat her for a championship, and she ain't never coming back. She said, "Oh, I'd rather fight Rhea Ripley now."
I'd rather fight Rhea Ripley. That's what she said.
JC James got the best of me. So,
but let me tell you something. Let me tell you who got the best of Jey Uso. Let me tell you who got the best of Jey Uso. Yes. Devin. I felt like that character on SpongeBob when he saw SpongeBob and Patrick with those chocolates, and he was like, "Finally!" Finally. I was like, "Look, man, Jey Uso, we're gonna give you 3 months. He won that title. Were you debunking this 3 month? Were you debunking the 3 months?
I said SummerSlam.
You said SummerSlam. And you know what? And you know what? If you said SummerSlam, he couldn't even do that.
My whole thing is, I don't know. It depends on who they got Gunther lining up for at this King of the Ring. Because if it's, Goldberg or somebody, I guess I don't want to see Jey Uso have to get put through that. But I don't know. Like I said, in my perfect world, you already got Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank. He just won it 2 fresh days ago. He a bad guy. Jey Uso's a fan favorite. You could have just had him barely scathed by Gunther. And then all of a sudden, you got Bronson Reed on your side. You got Braun Breaker on your side. You got Paul Heyman ain't gonna do much. Come on. Like, you could have easily had him get a spear, a tsunami cash in, and nobody would have thought anything of it because they would have been like, well, he got jacked up anyway. And it was a bad guy that did it to him.
And you know what? He
And
got
then
jacked up anyway.
wait a second, I wasn't done. Then you could write him off, and we ain't got to think about him for a hot second. No offense to him, but it could just give him a reason to be gone for a minute. Because what he gonna do now?
What is he gonna do now? What he gonna do now? Huh?
Stop.
What he gonna do now?
I already knew he was going there, man. I was like, oh dang, why did I see what he gonna do now?
To be
Ah
honest,
man.
Kofi title reign was longer than Jay. Devin, I had to do the research. I seen the text. I had to do the research. Kofi Kingston, world title reign, 180 days. It was a great 180 days.
I mean, if the thing is, he could have held it for 568 days. The way he lost it don't matter. Imagine if Roman lost to Cody at WrestleMania 40 in like 5 seconds.
But then we got Jey Uso.
He ain't lose. All right, like
51 days. Kofi Kingston doubled that. Kofi Kingston was beating the brakes off of Daniel Bryan. And then he had to beat the brakes off of Dolph Ziggler. He was here to show the world, Devin.
What you want me to do when they just put Logan Paul in front of this dude, then a tag match against Logan Paul once again, and then you go against Gunther, and then you lose? Like, I mean, what you want me to say? Cause see, they could have gave me my heel, Sammy and Jey Uso run. I could have got 2 matches out of that. You see what I'm saying? You see the problem? Everybody always want to get one little match. We could have got heel Sammy at Backlash. They could have ran it back again at Money in the Bank. Then you could have get your little Logan Paul match at King of the Ring. And then we could have dropped it at SummerSlam. But no,
that's a waste of time. It's a waste of time for Jey Uso.
That's a waste of time. That's me building at least not making somebody look boo-boo. Look, granted, he came a long way from where he came from. I just don't think that's how that book should have been closed at that moment, or chapter. I ain't gonna close the book. I ain't like you. You might as well just turn your book in now, because you ain't gonna read it no more. You that type of person.
Yes, I'm that type of person. And I love to be that type of person. I love it.
See what I'm saying?
And that's the reason, because I felt like even throughout this whole thing, as soon as Jay beat Gunther, I was hot. You see me? I was pissed. But even then, I was like, look, we give him 3 months. And then we seen him get announced that he was going to fight Logan Paul. And I was like, Devin, the writing's on the wall. I was like, Devin, his first opponent. Remember, I was like, the first opponent this man is going to come out of the gate with is Logan Paul. Writing's on the wall.
Sammy.
Oh, I was like, ain't no competition. I was like, what are we going to get? I was like, this title reign is going to suck. And guess what he did after that? Lose. He lost because he's a bum. Okay, I'm done. He ain't a bum, but I had to just go through
the thing is, none of it makes sense, because the only thing Gunther did was tap out Pat McAfee, and I guess that's all he needed to know to beat Jey Uso. That's the only thing he did differently. I mean, I don't know. I like I said, whatever they trying to lead up to with King of the Ring, however that fold out, maybe I'll shut up. But at this point, I just don't. There's another way you could have did that. I mean, literally, Jey Uso is a face. You could have done anything. You could have, had somebody come out with a steel chair. Roman could have came out and Superman punched him with something just to add some spice. Something.
Why? This is Jey Uso. We know what we getting with Jey Uso. He does not need he don't need an out. He don't need an escape. He don't need nothing. He just needs to lose. He lost. It is like you see,
but that's the thing. Did you hear yourself? You had a problem when he won. And then you don't mind when he lose. So it's like, what he gonna do?
Because he should have lost.
All right.
Because he should have lost.
See, if we had that logic, Liv Morgan would still not be where she at. With that logic you have, she would still be just, I don't know what she'd be doing. I feared the future she would have had if you was writing the story.
I fear the future she would have had. You got people like I'm missing, man. I want you to bark. Like, it's just like I'm just like.
Wait, this man, he won the Rumble. I was mad, and then he won at WrestleMania, and it made me more mad. And then he lost the championship in front of his son, and I loved it. Like, it's just like, dang. Like,
he lost it in front of Jalen Brunson, man. He lost that title in front of Jalen Brunson. I can't believe this dude.
See?
Shout out to Alex Alberto G. I'm not watching Queen of the Ring finals. I don't tolerate bodysuits. That's insane.
I'm-
I don't tolerate bodysuits. Look, they got some fire bodysuits, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got some fire bodysuits. They be wrestling in there hot as hell. I know
sometimes they get
Natalia said she
down.
almost passed out. They
See,
get that with get down. Damn. Jay lost it before Father's Day in front of his
oh
kid.
man, I ain't think about it like that, but why you say it like that? It just hurt even more.
In front of his kid, man. I can't believe this. He had his kid yeeting. He walked him down to the ring just to lose in front of him, man. I can't believe
That's his
this.
problem. I
He's just
told
like
you he should have.
he just like Mark Briscoe for real. That's all it is.
Dang.
My daughter gonna ask me, did I quit? Nah, I ain't quit. So I'm gonna fight you again so I can quit again. Like, bro, come on now. Like, what is the problem? Like, we didn't get a message the first time. Man, WWE had to wait till the end of AAPI month for Jay to lose. Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. It's rough.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it just came out. It was like an RKO to me, man. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, I was already skeptical. Like I said, they had the tag team match with John Cena, Logan Paul, and Cody, and all that crap, and Money in the Bank. So I'm already looking at that like they already got this match, a title match, just on the back burner for the Monday Night Raw afterwards. So that's why I thought something was gonna be set up afterwards. I'm like, you already got Seth Rollins. We know he, who he is. He'll sneak he'll what do you say? He'll pull a heist. I don't see why he ain't pulling one last night. I frankly think he's stupid if you ask me. You got all these beefy men besides you, and you can't send out one of them to do something for you. You could have had Paul Heyman lay on him, something. Seth Rollins could be a world heavyweight champion again right now.
Yes, but instead we have something that should have never changed in the first place.
Well, I don't know.
He should have lost. He should have.
If that's the case, John Cena should have been the one that tossed Jey Uso out of the Rumble so that he could have had his still main event. He the one that main event at WrestleMania. You see, there you go, got me howling and stuff.
Yep.
We were there.
We were at the Royal Rumble. I was hurt. No, I still got a video of me screaming, no.
See, I wasn't hurt. I just was shocked. I'm like, well, that's where they going. But once everything at the Elimination Chamber, you could have been better off if John Cena won the Rumble and Jay had to fight through the chamber to win to go against Gunther. At least he could have had some momentum building up going toward fighting Gunther instead of losing that Saturday night's main event beforehand. No, it's a lot of wrinkles in how they did that. That's me. So when you start ironing, obviously them wrinkles gonna still be in your stuff.
Nah, this was just forced. Like Jey Uso, he got love, man. He do got a whole lot of love, but man, all this love isn't gonna make you a dominant champion. Especially, bro, they were questioning this man's ring skills on the build up to Mania. And they expect that to change as soon as they put the title on him. Like, come on, let's stop it. Like, we can't just I just can't. I just can't with Jey Uso. Well, I know a lot of people are really upset with this, and honestly, I'm happy that a lot of people are upset with this because, damn it, like I felt like the writing was on the wall from the beginning. And if y'all are really happy with this John Cena run and really unhappy with this John Cena run, I can't imagine how unhappy you were with this Jey Uso run.
I mean, like I said, in terms of Gunther winning it, I ain't upset at that. It's just the way we got there. That's all. And I just don't know what's next. Which, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. So, and if John Cena is, I'm not gonna complain because, granted, if he did win the championship at WrestleMania, as John Cena, as just good guy John Cena, people still would have been having a problem because they would have been like, well, it's the same thing we seen years ago. Well, we can't get nothing different. What do we get? Like, I mean, literally, that's why I like it. Because exactly, I promise you, if he would have came out and just did the same John Cena crowd and went against the same people he went against back in the day, Randy Orton, he kicked his daddy in the head, yada yada. CM Punk, they just didn't like each other for a hot second. No, this is a lot better. It's because we ain't seen this before. And I mean, to me, it's hard because I just feel like John Cena's been so much of a good guy for so long that I really can't buy him as a bad guy whatsoever. I'm like, man, you ain't really that tough. You ain't gonna bust a grape. You ain't gonna throw rice at a wedding. None of that.
But then, I mean, just moving over to the ties, the ties being turned, we got something great out of this, at the end with this whole John Cena thing. Jey Uso, this has been great since Roman came back and choked out his brother in front of him. I feel like this has been great ever since that has happened. What was that? Steel cage or Hell in a Cell? I forgot the stipulation. It was one of the two, Steel cage or Hell in a Cell. Where
I thought it was Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, where he has to throw in the towel because his brother was getting choked. Oh no, Roman Reigns was crying too. Roman Reigns was crying, shedding tears.
Well, that's why he had them steel steps and stuff. Remember, he was finna.
Yeah, he was finna kill him.
For the fatality.
Finna kill his family. And shout out to Alex Alberto G. Jay Hendry, Gunther is a father of one. I mean, talking about Father's Day, yeah, but still.
That's true. See, he wanted to be for Father's Day, so.
But Gunther already lost that mania. Didn't have to explain to his kid. I lost that
mania. You the windshield, and sometimes you the bug.
And sometimes you overfit me. It's just like it is what it is. Like, you gotta try to take your.
Sometimes it's real glass.
Sometimes it's real glass. Jay Hendry, I agree. Jay should have been the champ to at least SummerSlam. I don't think that's like Devin said. Like, I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm not saying what Devin is saying is bad. I was just saying I was never on board to begin with. So like the fact that it's just like
I didn't want to be on this train to begin with. So I'm not ashamed that it broke down.
So I was like, I'm gonna always be negative. I'm always be negative about it. Jay Hendry says, in my opinion,
I need to clip that.
Jay and Hendry don't have Jay and Gunther don't have good chemistry in the ring, and Roman beat Jay because he loves him.
See what it did for him.
What? Roman beat Jay because he loves him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I had to read that again.
What was Jay doing before Roman, had to put the hands on him?
So you're saying the power to love is choking out your partner?
I'm not saying it's gonna work in every situation, but it worked in that situation. I'm not trying to say go home and start choking out your cousins and they gonna just start getting A's and just achieving all their dreams. But it worked in that situation. He choked out his cousin. It was like, hey, you see, I got my attitude together. Why don't you get yours together?
This sounds like a Samoan thing. This sounds like a Samoan. Maybe we need another Samoan.
Different ways of life. That's how they do.
Different folks.
Yeah. Like I said, you see what it did.
But you said that's what it did to who?
That's what it did for Jey Uso.
That's what it did for Jey Uso. Oh my God. I mean, it looks like that's what it's doing for R-Truth too. I mean, R-Truth, he came through ski mask. I was getting to it.
The man who was with Tupac. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help you.
I'll tell you, he got on the announcement table, pulled off the ski mask. The truth has set me free. He had a lot to say. Don't let anybody tell you your voice don't matter. Just like Ike Turner. Not the voice don't matter, but he's talking about choking out the partner. But hey, crazy part about that, but y'all gotta watch that movie. What's love got to do with it? Man. Because what Tina said, I had enough. She said, I had enough. She's like, we finna throw down in this limo on Schoolyard Crip. I don't care. She was like, it is what it is. It was like Tina Turner. I thought I saw her cripping. I thought I saw her do a little crip walk here and there. I was trying to put the hands on Ike Turner. But sorry. But it's like one of those things where it's like, honestly, I love what Ron Killings had to say. Ron Killings is a whole lot of fun. And he was like, hey, man, R-Truth could be funny. R-Truth could be a gimmick. But, man, y'all want Ron, this is going to be Ron Killings. And he cuts off his hair. And if you see him, he has a whole new hairstyle. He was on TikTok rapping What's Up. I didn't know it had that many cuss words in it. But, he was rapping What's Up. It was a whole lot of fun. He definitely has an old school haircut. Devin, your thoughts on the R-Truth surprise that we got?
That's fantastic. I really don't know how we got to this point, and I think that's perfect. In terms of we don't know, it turns out the whole thing of his contract running out. Was he released and brought back? Was it because people, was upset about it, or was it all a part of the whole shebang? But either way, I don't care. If they was bringing me my hamburger and Buddy tripped and fell, all that stuff, but he still got this, hamburger to me, I really don't care. As long as I got my hamburger. Screw him. That's how I feel about the whole story of R-Truth.
That's That's how I feel about the whole story. In conclusion, that's how I feel about the whole story.
To put that into a
That is
summary,
crazy.
I don't care how you got me my burger. I got it. I got my Ron Killings. I got my Ron Killings transformation in front of me. He cut them extensions off. I mean, it was perfect. I don't know what else to say. I'm excited for what's next. Actually, just a few weeks ago, I'm like, well, I mean, it's R-Truth, but I don't know what else he gonna do. I ain't saying he gonna win a W. I ain't saying he gonna win the world championship, but it's still, as I said, something different because it has been just R-Truth for ever.
Yeah, it's been R-Truth for a grip, and honestly, just seeing the great work that he's done before he was even quote unquote released, I thought was pretty spectacular. And we know R-Truth is gonna be, he's a talent that could do so much more, And now we're not going to expect him to put on 20-minute matches. Like, bro, sit down somewhere. I'm sorry. We're gonna put you on that Ricky Starks schedule, brother. You're gonna wrestle these 7-minute matches and call it a day. Do your little moves, dance, what's up, and get the hell up out of there. It's just like do your little thing, get up out of there, do your little spin move, hit the split, get back up there, James Brown style, get the hell up out of there. What's up? Get him out, leave. But it's kind of like Booker T. Like after a while, brother, like take off that King Booker, take off that roll, bro. Okay, get back in the ring, do your little spin on your head and get the hell up out of there. Spin on your head, get him out, leave. Jay Hendry, about time Truth cut them braids. Yeah, it was about time.
Yeah.
I mean, even his son, it came out when he was the one that said stop the cap. Then he had to come out and tweet, my bad, this one on me. Pretty much kind of saying that maybe there was something, brewing between R-Truth and WWE.
What would you say that?
But yeah, and of course Paul Levesque, just enjoy the show, man. Just enjoy the show. And it's like, bro, just shut up. You're a liar. It's just like it's like you're a liar. Shut up, you're a liar, and I hate you. But and also just throwing in Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez also won the Fatal 4-Way between Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane, and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was getting the brakes beat off of her, and when Roxanne Perez realized that damn, Liv Morgan is gonna fail the Judgment Day again. She can't do anything by herself. Again, let me come in and step in. So she had to come in and roll up Kairi Sane for the win. And Liv Morgan had the nerve to be upset about that. Devin, could you believe that? The nerve of this scoundrel, Liv Morgan.
I mean, she said to stay out of her way, and she really won the match. That's not staying out of her way. I'm just saying from her perspective. But I mean, Roxanne did what she had to do. I ain't gonna put no disrespect on that. So I mean, if I got to be a real supporter here, I gotta say, Liv, you do need to step up, man. You can't be. I know you women's tag team champion, and y'all ain't defended them things in a good minute. But I ain't. That's neither here nor there. So I can't fight for her this time.
Are you hot that Sami Zayn won the triple 44-way match?
Yes, because I care about nothing that Sami Zayn is gonna do until he come on. Karrion Kross even said it. Like Sami Zayn ain't no good guy, and I'm tired of him acting like he is. He might as well just turn because he's boring right now. All he do is come out here and do this every week to somebody. Like, come on, man. Like, anybody got time for you to be trying to, hype somebody up and be all up in somebody's business all the time.
Karrion Kross. I was like, you just described Karrion Kross. I was like, you being in people's business all the time.
Well, yeah, but he said he already know. You already know he a bad guy. He ain't hiding it. He just wants Sami to stop hiding it, and I do too. I'm getting kind of sick of this regular Sami Zayn. I just know.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn. I'll take him fighting. What's his name again? Johnny Knoxville.
He need an update for I quit. Nah, you lost me. He was like, you lost me.
Put him in that mousetrap.
Booker T should probably cut his suit. Yeah, Booker T definitely should cut his.
Oh no, man. You gotta keep it, man. You gotta keep it, man.
He just goes back to the high top. Karrion Kross getting big pops backstage as he should, and his contract I think coming up too. He definitely got some negotiations to go through. Hell, they should have did this with him. They should have did this with him. If they was gonna make this instead of I can say that instead of wasting it on Truth. Truth's career is pretty much about wrapped. This is R-Truth's run. This is his last run, if we could be honest here. Karrion Kross, way more in the tank. If you're gonna do something like that, you can give that to carry. You get that storyline to carry across. I would think somebody
Like
that's this over
line.
right now, man. And that's the thing, man. Nikki Bella showed up. And Devin just jumped out of it. We watched it all together. Devin just jumped out of his seat, started clapping. I'm like, bro,
I felt like I was in 2014 again. You know, because it's man.
Well, how did she disrespected Justin's woman so bad, bro? Stephanie Buckwick.
I mean, but it is Nikki Bella though.
I said, who? Well, it felt like Snoop Dogg. Who? I was like, hey, no way.
Who?
I was like, hey, no way. Stephanie McCarry needs to go somewhere, man. Shout out to Jay Hendry. Carrie and his wife can actually wrestle as well. Scarlett. Yeah, Scarlett. I love me some Scarlett. She can sing too. Her, Harley Cameron, and Shotzi. They were doing them little Halloween specials. And I'd be listening to it for, research purposes. But it's one of those things where it's like everybody's talented. Everybody has something that they could do, not being utilized at the moment right now. But it's one of those things where I just much would rather see them than Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella just needs to go somewhere.
I mean, the whole thing with her is she gonna pop in at that 30 spot at the Women's Rumble that could have been anybody else. And then she didn't show up till now. I mean, at least Alexa Bliss came back for the Chamber.
Yeah. I mean, here goes some quotes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 quotes for this thing, for this event here that I'm gonna read in real quickly. Nikki, if you're talking about the best woman in this division, you better mention Liv Morgan. That was Devin that said that. That was just quoted that Liv Morgan said that. Let's see. I have everything that you don't. I have respect. I have a championship, and I have a man. But that's the thing. Like Dominic Mysterio has a woman in real life, so it's like, brother, like it's like, hi, do you have a man? It's like, kayfabe. It's like kayfabe, brother.
Yeah, I was like, have they said this on screen? No.
I'm trying to figure out who he belongs to. You or Roxanne Perez? We're talking about Dominic Mysterio because
I was like, he said it in like his regular voice. So I'm like, you trying to figure this out for real?
And Liv Morgan, of course, I'm still a champion, and all you'll ever be is a reality show diva, which is a fact. Nikki Bella tries to run back in, but then she forgets that Liv Morgan's move is literally a rope finisher. So she hits her with the Oblivion, knocks her out, and pretty much tell Nikki Bella to get the hell out of here. Like, the only reason why they're there is because, of course, Nikki Bella lives in Arizona. They're from the Scottsdale, Arizona area where it's all bougie and disgusting. But it's one of those things where I really do believe like it's just something to get Nikki Bella on the Evolution card. And we get to see Devin fulfilling his dream of seeing his dream match of Liv Morgan and Nikki Bella, I guess.
As long as Liv Morgan win, yeah. Not Liv Morgan lose, then I riot.
If Liv Morgan lose, I might just have to send that message out to Triple H again. What the absolute hell? We gotta go.
Man, I'm gonna write a letter for real. White chicks.
I locked the door.
I thought he said I unlocked the door, so I was like,
no, I got to unlock the door. Give me 1 second.
Got you. I'll filibuster here real quick while he hopefully they ain't got no home invaders, because ain't nothing I can do from this far away. I ain't running way over there. But guess your Liv told no lies. I'm telling you. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If she was under this man Izzy's like pen or whatever writing, she would never be where she is now. At all. Jay Hendry, I hope that the Bellas don't challenge for the tag titles at Evolution 2. Do not put that. I actually wish I had never read what you said. Because I don't even want to put that in the atmosphere. Because I agree with you. Because no. Honestly, and that's terrible because they ain't nobody doing nothing with them anyway. Liv and Raquel got them, and ain't nobody. They're not defending them. So, and shout out to Lauren. Huge shout out. Appreciate you. Get Show Dominic is like Jeremiah. Don't tell him. No, don't. I thought you came back with a whole new shirt. I was like, that's what he really loved for it. Are you familiar with that song?
Don't tell him. Oh yeah.
See,
act a fool, Bobby Brown with it. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
all right, we had to just see what kind of back to you throwing shade at Scottsdale. Even though Nikki Bella from there, you just felt the nerve to just kick your feet up to him. So
I worked in Scottsdale for 3 years. I refuse to even go to a Walmart. I went to a Walmart there, man. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because I'll get hot. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm like, dang, it was just that triggering. Like,
yeah, I don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it in February. We'll talk about it in February. I was like, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't want to talk about it right now.
It's still hard to talk about it.
I get hot. I get hot. Let me see. What as we look at, of
course, it was another Packers showing me.
Chad Gable showing his propaganda out there, his propaganda out there, hating his luchadors, his hatred for luchadors. We didn't even talk about John Cena and CM Punk going back and forth. Devin, are you excited for this rematch between John Cena and CM Punk?
Yeah, because I feel like when I was a kid and I was younger in middle school, they was fighting each other. And now I'm a grown up. I'm an older person. I'm gonna put it that way.
To put it that way,
I am an adult man now, and to watch them now tangle with each other again in the ring is very entertaining for a young man such as me that watched them years ago do the same thing. So yeah. And it's kind of crazy to see John. I ain't doing all that crap, but it's kind of cool though to see John Cena.
I was like, did Keith Lee just pop in? I was like, did you get Keith Lee?
Who am I? Hey, shout out to Keith Lee though. But no, it's like I said, it's interesting. And then just the way like John Cena built it all up. Like, yeah, you gonna follow me to Saudi Arabia. If you want the championship, you're gonna do what you're gonna have to do then. It's just that dynamic would have never happened if John Cena was just the regular old, do. I mean, he still got that music. But still, I'm excited for this new dynamic.
I'm excited.
I don't know how the match gonna be, but I know the promos will be nice.
Yeah, honestly, I do agree with that. Smack Roxanne us out of her head. No, please, we're not gonna do that. No, we're not.
I mean, she keep popping into the Liv Morgan business. I mean,
man, Liv Morgan ain't handling hers. Liv Morgan ain't handling her business as usual. So it's like, man, it's like, what more can you do? Like, what? It's like who else? Because Rhea Ripley was the one handling the Judgment Day on the female side. Liv Morgan's struggling as it is right now. She needs some help. That's what Roxanne Perez is there for. At least that's how I see it. Get Yo Just says, nah, no lie. I know what you mean. Nah, brother, trust me. Hey, but shout out to Patty's though. We used to go to Patty's, on the weekends. That was the go-to spot. That was fun though.
No LaBelle.
He said, here is dressing. In Scottsdale is stuffing of way less flavor.
Hey, look, you know what? I just want to say, they get on my nerve because people be, oh, did you have stuffing? Stuffing, man. If you don't get on my face, I had dressing.
I had dressing.
I don't need stuffing. All I'm gonna do is, no, I'm just kidding.
These hands, stuffing my hands.
I don't know. That hurt me, man.
No, I'm not and you're spot on. And I can tell you actually this off rip. Scottsdale has a policy. You can't get into their clubs with Jordans on. There was multiple times I've worn Jordans.
Kind of hating stuff is that?
There's a no Jordans policy. You can't wear Jordans, and obviously it's because you might somebody gonna step on your shoes, and that's one of those things. But they don't allow you to wear Jordans in Scottsdale, Arizona. Like not in Scottsdale, Arizona, but like in some clubs in Scottsdale, Arizona, you can't wear J's. So I'm like, man, so. Yeah, I'm over here trying to step out. They have like a strip of them, like a row of them, and it's just like, bro, I can't go into none of these. Like, can I at least dance barefoot? It's like, I can still I can dance on my hands. It's like, what y'all want me to do?
That's insane.
Alex Umberto says CM Punk Saudi blood money covered. Whoa, geez. Tweet come back to haunt him. Oh, I do remember that. I do remember that tweet. You're right.
That's why I was like, when he said, "Come to follow me to Saudi Arabia," I was like, all right. Not me, but
CM Punk know that's a payday though. He know that's a payday. Like he don't, and that's the thing. Like that's the thing with athletes. They don't care. Sign the check. Like give me the check, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. It's just like them. It's just like live golfers. You know what live golf is? I'm 2 seconds. Live golf is like PGA. the PGA has, the PGA Tour, the Tiger Woods, all these American and UK golfers. Live Tour is Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia was like, hey, we'll pay you guys double of what you're making. They offered Tiger Woods $1 billion just to golf in their league. And he turned it down because I'm an American. But everybody else, guys that were offered 900 million, 800 million, 700 million, yeah, I'm gone. And people were like, how could you? What do you mean, how could I? Because I cashed in a $900 million check.
They did that Mr. Krabs. Money.
Right. Money. I got 3 kids, brother. Get out of my face. Like, CM Punk, he will be fine. AJ Lee is looking at him like, brother, come on now. Larry gotta get a seat fixed, brother. Like, we need some help. It's like, come on.
That's insane, man.
It's like, come on. Shout out to Devin the Tribal Chief. What's good, people? What's good? Devin, acknowledge you, brother. Definitely got to acknowledge the GOAT. And shout out to Lauren. She's going to get squashed at Queen of the Ring. That much I know. Don't speak that to existence. Don't look, I rebuke that. We're rebuking that. Look, no. We're not finna put that out there because I got Roxanne Perez winning.
See, he don't like it when somebody else spewing negativity to him, But let it be him.
I mean, you have to dress like homie from Mambo number 5.
I'm sorry, I remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Yo, that took me back. A little bit of Angela in my life. A little. I think I got the name a little mixed up.
But you had me though. You had me in the first half. Honestly, the way they had
it seemed like in the sun. My fault.
Lauren, Roxanne will get squashed. See, don't do this. Don't do this. Why are you doing this?
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Why are you doing this? Stop it. We're not gonna wish this on Roxanne Perez at all. What? Jay Hendry says now the PGA has partnered with Live Golf, and everybody that has complained and cried, oh, Phil Mickelson, he left, he got paid $900 million. I can't believe he's a traitor, and I would never. Now they partnered, and now everybody has to watch him golf as well. I'm assuming. I don't know the actual because this is new news to me. I left the sports talk business and just totally lost all connection with golf. But even then, because I was like, every time we had to talk about golf, I was like, oh my God, jeez.
I actually know how to play golf, and I just don't do it.
Oh, I'm actually better than Tiger Woods, but
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't. I'm more like Tiger around the corner.
I hate you. I just hate this dude so much. Dude, I hate this dude. I'm sorry. Oh my God! Look, I'm having too much. We're having too much.
I can't even hold it myself. All right. I'm sorry.
I do have a question. Is there anything that bothered you? We already talked about Jey Uso of doing what should have been done to him a long time ago. What got done to him? But before we close out, is there anything on Raw that we didn't talk about that stuck out to you the most?
Well, I mean, I may not have to see it for a good while, but I'm glad I may not have to ever see Jey Uso attempt another spear. Because I will say right here, I am a huge Jey Uso fan. I really am. I was kind of a little hurt when he lost. But one thing I will say, I hope I never see him do another spear ever again. Because, I mean, honestly, if I was to show somebody his spear and say, I'm going to do this to you, they might laugh at me. They might not be scared. I'll lose all intimidation power. So I know. I mean, the spear that Gunther did was much better. I just had to say that. Like I said, he lost the championship. Maybe I won't have to see it for a while. I hope I don't, because I gotta say it's the worst spear ever. I thought Edge had one terrible because it looked like he just hugged you down. No, if you're not Braun Breaker, I'm starting to take it away from Roman. So that's my biggest issue.
That's because Braun Breaker's leaving his feet. And
that's like what the Roman used to do too. But like he not really doing that often. Literally. And so I know. But like I said, when I see Jey Uso do it and I see like a Braun Breaker spear, I'm like, yeah, don't ever do that again. If I'm Braun Breaker, I'm about to put hands on you.
Braun Breaker looks like an airplane. Like his feet is up in the air like a tail. He just kind of just soars at you.
Them big. Those large missiles that would like there was the large black missiles that would go across the screen. I had to watch how I was gonna describe this. And on Mario, that's what it seemed like. He's just flying across you, like you know.
I do see it. I do see it. Honestly, the little things that just with the arms. It's like it's like I believe it. Like Tony the Tiger. And I'm telling you, that's Devin, man. That's Devin with his golf swing.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Lauren, sorry, but between Nia and Jade, she will get squashed. I know I've mixed those, but look, don't do this. Look, I'm telling you, don't do this. You're giving me nightmares, Lauren. I'm not gonna believe you. And if this does happen,
man,
if this does happen, I'm gonna be hurt. I might just start crying. He says, Dev, I caught what you said. Shout out to Judge. What'd you slide in there?
Oh, I don't know. I just feel like two things too. That's what I was heard. I'm like, this man ain't catching none of these strays, man.
He ain't catching none of these strays.
I'm always like,
He would just beat me down like SpongeBob when he's just like.
I feel like that dude in that video when he was like fighting, he was just like. I'm like, man. All right, all this no southern man, Patty no LaBelle, like this.
Patty no LaBelle.
Like, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Jay did get choked out in front of his kids as he should.
Before Father's Day.
Before Father's Day as well. Alex Alberto, WWE signed Braun Breaker's brother and Mark Henry's son in the NIL deal.
He got a brother? I feel like I knew this, but I didn't think about it, you know, like in that sense.
It was somebody else too. It was Braun Breaker, it was Mark Henry, and Titus O'Neil's son.
I was gonna say Titus O'Neil's son. I was gonna say, what are you doing?
Titus O'Neil. Yeah, but guess what? Braun's cousins is coming. Scott's son is coming to WWE. In the words of Adam Pearce, it is official. And I love it. I love every second of it. Devin, I didn't move over your music, so I still got to give you the cover version of it.
You know, I can rock. I was like, I just rock acapella at this point, you know, because I'm starting to think that's what he want me to do. It's just like he's like, man, I ain't playing this funky beat for this dude no more. I don't need it.
All right, is there anything you want to say before we close this show out?
Look at that. Anything I want to say over this non-beat that I have, you know, acapella, you know, all day, boys to men, as they say, you know. But I ain't gonna keep y'all long because you know, without the beat, I ain't gonna lie, I am struggling a little bit here. I don't have that flow, I don't have that rhythm I usually have, but I ain't gonna make no more excuses. So you know, shout out to Jey Uso, even though he, you know, got choked out in front of his son before Father's Day. You know, like I said, sometimes you the windshield, sometimes you the bug. So right now I'm gonna be neither and hand it back over to the number one hater in the nation, Isaiah Jackson, catching no strays, Junior.
See,
I almost messed up and stuck it.
I just had turned the game on, man.
This guy. And you know what making me sick is the fact that I saw a PlayStation Studio screen on your television, but yet you playing a Microsoft Xbox console. Yeah. So like, I just don't understand.
And look, but for those that's gonna fry me, I get wire cord. I got wire controllers because I'm a controller thrower. I ain't finna pay $70 for a controller that I'm gonna throw. I'd rather pay $20 for a controller.
If I already know I'm gonna waste my money, I might as well make it cheaper. If I'm gonna waste money, I at least might waste less money. Like
five controllers that I've had equals the one that I could have had.
That's like if I'm gonna burn gas, I might as well burn regular.
Exactly. Why could diesel? Well, what's the point?
I'm just some cars that have no choice. But I'm just that's what I'm saying. Like you see how he doing me like MVP when the MVP had that losing streak and they started taking everything, his chain, his music, all that stuff. Well, I don't think they took the music, but they took that big blow up thing he had. But that's exactly how I feel. We get, you know, they stripping us down to the bare minimum, but we still pushing on.
They're stripping us down to the bare minimum.
Man. That's how you found out what's really beneath.
I'm gonna do it right now while I'm playing MLB The Show.
Look at that. While I'm catching L's, striking out, hitting the pitcher.
Well, hitting the pitcher.
I'm telling you, man. We come back next time with no music, man. I'm gonna be like, what they say when they almost get hit, storm the mound, run the mound.
Yeah, you gonna storm the mound. Look, I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together. Honestly, Devin will have his music is so much more. I might even give this man an intro. I might just go in there and just give this man a whole intro for his thing. So we're gonna work on it. Smart man. See, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's just you just gotta get the wire. You just gotta get the wire cable.
You just gotta not throw your control.
You just gotta not throw your controller. Honestly, sometimes the off brand just last longer. Yeah,
hey, he's not wrong. Cause I do got a couple that still been kicking, and they that's what I'm saying. Like the ones that came with it, they fall apart.
They fall up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Or if you love going out with girls, might as well go out with an Izzy. You know, I like the way you think. I'm going to binge watch Arrow with Cody Rhodes and see now. This is a burner. This is a burner, man. This is a burner. What is this? What is this?
Hey! Shout out to you though. Hey! I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna actually leave at this or something because I'm like ecstatic.
What is this?
Nobody care about that. That's why his movie was terrible. You know. See, I was watching Arrow before this because it was on Netflix. I'm like, why not? You know. It was season 4. It was season 4. You know, I know people hate it, but I don't mind it sometimes. It is what it is. But shout out to you. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, he was Stardust. He was pushing that. He had that Stardust out there.
Yeah, Stardust.
I ain't doing the cartwheel, but you know. So yeah, look at that. See, ain't nobody coming here. Remember the episode with the Flash with Adam Copeland? They showed they had Cope in there for a hot second.
They showed they had Cope. He did nothing.
Goldberg. The Flash broke Goldberg out of jail and left him in Japan. I could be wrong. I feel so terrible. He left him somewhere. I'm gonna say that.
I left him somewhere.
I think it's time to go now. I'm sorry.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in. From Jay Hendry, Just Getcho, Lauren. Of course, Justin, Alex, of course, Alex G, the GOAT, Alex Alberto G, we popping up, Devin, the Tribal Chief. So many people stepped in and showing love and also just contributing and just having a conversation with us in the middle of the night. So definitely appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time.